Instant Champions League Classic on our hands here. What a game. And yes, I may be on a stupid grey wall, but who cares about that? I'm here to talk about football. I want to get it to you as quick. I get kicked out of the studio because the game was going too long. Who cares? Not going to stop me. Juventus suffer, I think, a very harsh loss against Bayern Munich. Nonetheless, Bayern Munich performed very well to get themselves back into the game, showing the resilience that just seems to be in the Germans' blood. And they definitely dragged out a result considering how they started this game. So, as I mentioned, it started off as an exact reverse of what we've seen in the first leg. Juventus went 2-0 up this time. Bayern Munich had to claw themselves back, so it was a poor defensive decision at the start of the game, which allowed for Paul Pogba to go in, who I thought was phenomenal. What a midfielder we have on our hands here, and believe me, Juventus are going to have to claw deep to try and keep a hold of him, I think, in the summer if he wants to move elsewhere. But they eventually found that they broke the deadlock, and Paul Pogba early on got them in front. But then it's this man Cuadrado, who I just don't know where he's came from, because this is not the same Cuadrado we've seen at Chelsea. Yes, he did not get enough of a chance. He did not have that boost of confidence that he seems to be reveling in at Juventus. But for me, what a piece of movement for that goal. We get Morata driving forward, who had to step in for Dybala. It was immediately seen as a disadvantage for Juventus without having that young starlet up top, Dybala. But Morata proving yet again that he's so useful for this Juventus team. He's a handful for Bayern Munich. Broke in behind and was able to square it wide to Cuadrado. A lovely little shimmy to find himself the space, and he put the ball into the back of the net. And Juventus 2-0 up. We're all looking at each other like, what on God's earth is happening? Can Bayern Munich find their way back into this game? But Pep's team can never be counted out. Why? Because they've got great depth, great width, and they just are a team that no matter what, always have quality to prevail. So for me, going forward, it was always that next goal that was going to count. Juventus had chances upon chances to put this game out of sight. One goal after that 2-0, I thought, would have put the game out of sight. I always was told this 2-0 is probably the most dangerous scoreline. One goal can change it. And as you see, specifically in the Champions League, where aggregate is on the line, that one goal just swung it in favour of Bayern Munich, who had the momentum to overcome this game. So they got themselves back into the game. It was that goal from Lewandowski in the 73rd minute who got Bayern Munich back into it. And then Thomas Muller, who else? Who just cannot stop scoring at the moment. He got 2 at the weekend. Now he scored again. That poacher in the box is just deadly. You cannot leave him unmarked for a minute. They send the game into extra time. And this is where the difference is. Listen to me here. It's the depth. The depth of Bayern Munich that was able to take this game back. Thiago, beautiful 1-2 with Muller, was able to put the ball into the back of the net, and it broke the hearts for the old lady. So I think she's hobbling around. The old lady can never be counted out, but I think she's took some blows here. It's unfortunate. And then the game was finished off by how ironic, the on-loan Juventus player, Kingsley Coman, who went to Bayern Munich and just put the game out of sight. And Bayern go through with a very kind 4-2 result for them. But Juventus, man, I don't know, like, there's no consolation. It's a harsh reality going out of the Champions League. It's a harsh for a team that made it to the final last year. Showcases Bayern Munich's character, but also, what a game of football, man. Best competition in the world. You can see my excitement here. Cannot count out this competition is not one of the best in the world. It has to be that for me. Make sure to hit me in the comment section below. Check our description for all the goals. Come back to TYT Sports for plenty of more football talk.